Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times. Welcome to my channel, welcome back to a little bit of Endless Space 2 as we continue chugging along here now. Things are going pretty okay for us. I'm actually at the point where I honestly really do need to think about getting our first step up on the civil upgrades, so we'll probably actually do that now. I would like to have waited till we could get access to the Transvine, but I think we're going to have to go with the deciduous trees for now, so let's go ahead and do that. We can just pop that in there, and what this does is increases our production of coin by 1 per population. So I can actually just go ahead and pop that in here, and it only takes a turn to do, so I'm gonna get that even before I finish this with this AI labor. Not necessarily sure that it's going to work out brilliantly for me, but in any event, we got our main big ship over here doing its big ship thing, and it's going to go ahead and just barrage fire down whatever the hell's over here, because these guys are still using the short range laser weapons, which not real. It could scratch the paint. I don't want that to crimp my style in any way, shape, or form there. So let's go ahead and hit this guy up. Same strategy, because again, same sort of thing. If I'm at long range, they are not even able to deal any damage to me, although they just run away anyhow. I don't know. Alright, so things are going okay. Our ship over here should be able to gain some manpower pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and create this fleet, though. We can't merge them because this fleet is by itself too large, but we can still blockade the system, stopping any would-be raiders or whatever from getting in there, being annoying little bastards. Let's go ahead and actually launch a probe down this way. I could actually take out this little exploration fleet or whatever, but it's really not that necessary. I could also talk to the Sophons. I don't actually really want to fight them because they're annoying to fight a little bit. So we could actually try and go for peace with them and see what they'd like. That actually would be good to them regardless, just based on that. So we could probably demand this, and they would be willing to say yes. So that could be actually fine, but for now, let's just close this up and we'll just ignore them. The reason I might want to do peace, though, is because it would let me send scout ships past their borders a little bit more reliably without them getting blown up all the time, which, you know, kind of is something I would like. Applied cryogenics coming in fast, and that little hit there actually almost doubled the amount of money I'm getting, so that really does show the difference that that can make. Now, everywhere else is like a population of 1, and I don't have all the planets populated, so it really doesn't make a difference there. Okay. Yeah, definitely go with the science right now. Our science is actually doing pretty poorly. I actually also have access to another active law, and I might want to choose one. I think I can afford species stability, which should actually be pretty good. Admit and approve is kind of also good. But I don't think I really want to go for that one. Green fertility, yeah, I wouldn't be able to keep that for very long, I don't think. Brains for bucks is negative for us. Super tax act could be good, but we ultimately would be unhappy because of it. So this could actually be better. The nice thing about this is that for the Vodyani, you only want your starting population. Like, this doesn't do anything because you can only increase your starting population anyway. So I could go like this and see what our, yeah, so that didn't cost us that much, but it's going to increase our income by a decent amount. So we need to start considering that at some point, basically. Let's see here. We've stolen the faction suzerainship with the faction. That's great. Can also opt to assist these guys, so let's see here. Search the curiosity with at least 15 titanium. That's actually a really good one to have popped up, and the reason that that's so good is because if we search that, we still get like all the bonuses for having searched an anomaly. So let's go ahead and get, not a leecher, an oculus. Where the hell's our oculuses? They're there. So we'll get one of those. That'll be fine. Can wait till the turn after this finishes, and that'll be okay. But beyond that, what else do we have going on here? Well, this ship is heading towards those anomalies, and we're going to research all those, which is fine. Procyon is able to get past its 3 population cap. I think we actually just got there. Ah, here, we want to evacuate the system and then colonize it ourselves. So now this is ours. Perfect. And we're going to start off with, of course, the basics. So let's go ahead, hit end turn there. See what's going on. Alright, now Procyon. We'll probably go with the trade company down there, just because I do want to get that started there, even though it's going to be a little while before I can actually get anywhere for it to go to. But that should be okay for the time being. How have we got this thing? It's at 100% manpower, so we can head that down to Thea. Have that start sieging it down a little bit. Once we get applied cryogenics, we'll actually build a more dedicated siege attack ship sort of thing. I think that might be a good idea, because currently, with what we've got, we don't really have much ability to siege properly. For these guys, we're just at friends, so we can't quite assist them yet. So, fairly fast turns right now. That's okay, though. Let's just merge these guys together here. And round 2 at Thea. We'll see how that goes for us. And we'll go ahead and siege down the system, blockading it. Get you guys created. Send you guys up to Ibani. I said... Okay, there we go. You'd away. Let's just hit all these up and see what we get. Improved opal laser. Okay, that's actually really, really good. Now I don't necessarily have to get the tech that I was thinking of going for. I can sort of skip that whole thing. Comatite volcano, that's kind of okay. Okay, so this system's not that bad. Deciduous trees, it's a bit redundant for us, but yeah, no, that's not bad. I don't mind that at all. Okay. And over here, let's head this way, I think. Just explore around a little bit with our scout ships here. We'll keep our scouts around, because I think we're actually going to start going towards more more exploration techs pretty soon, just because I do need to get access to some more stuff in that sort of realm there. Other than that, though, Primus, okay, I think we got another ship here. Merge those all together. What I could actually do is change up our design too for our basic gouge here. So let's go ahead and edit this design. But what we want to do is replace one of these with the improved opal laser so that we've got sort of a mix. I actually like having the bullet turret on top, and the reason that I like that is because it lets us have sort of a more active looking point defense, even though it's exactly the same ultimately. So that works. And then all this is all fine. So let's go ahead and change that to our new version of that. Should be fine. Don't need to pay to upgrade it until I see something heading in, and we'll sort of take a look at what they've got. But this means that also if they're stacking armor and not taking any shields, and the AI just very much makes their ships all or nothing, this means that we'll be able to take them out pretty easily. So applied cryogenics will have access to a new type of ship in 1 turn. All that's pretty good. Our manpower is going up pretty quickly. I think it mostly is though because of our partners there, so as we lose those it sort of goes back down. Luxuries Lottery coming in. Neural robotics is just a really important tech in general, so kind of want to make sure that we're getting that. And we should also go ahead and design, though, our new version of the brand. So what we're going to do for this is make a ship that's got a good mix of weapons. I don't really like having missiles on the brand. They're kind of okay on this tier of ship. It's just that for this particular faction, you don't actually have all that much in terms of weapon slots, and the more weapon slots you have, the better missile weapons are. So these guys are not really a missile-focused faction. I think this is what we're going to go for a design, ultimately. We're going to go ahead and add in a couple of these shields as well, give us a good split. So the shielding on this should be pretty good. We can check the detailed stats. Shielding is 43% less damage from those sorts of weapons. Of course, some of that penetrates through, and our damage here, mostly energy, 70 damage, and then 28 for the kinetic, but it's going to be like that regardless because we've only got 3 slots, odd number of slots. Once we get the ship upgraded, we can actually sort of balance it out a little bit better, but still, fantastic design. I'm pretty happy with it. And we can start building them at Procyon as well if I wanted to pretty quickly. In fact, no, we'll go ahead and start building them next, but for now this is kind of okay. And why don't I try and actually get interplanetary transport? And that's just going to increase our production by a little bit there. And speaking of improving, let's go ahead and improve our dust gain. Thank you, Mr. Hero Guy. Okay, perfect. So all that's pretty good. We're earning enough money that we should be able to buy another thing pretty quickly. At this point in time, we should be able to buy stuff fairly frequently. Okay, so let's get this guy down this way since there's nothing over there, and he's probably pissed off at me sieging his stuff. Get that done again. Quite a ways away from having another... yeah, let's do this. Quite a ways away from having another option to expand, but this is okay for now. But yeah, I really need to start bashing my way towards Aena, start getting access to that transvine. I think that we're probably going to do a stacking deciduous tree strategy, because that's sort of what I've got, where you just have like your level 1 and your level 2 be deciduous trees, and like your level 3 maybe, or whatever. I could actually get some transvine from here too if I wanted to. Ooh, what's this? Lost Cities NP artifacts. I forgot what that does though. Well, either way. Alright, so that route looks like it's the faster one. Okay. Leave that guy there for now. Neural robotics in 4 turns. Quite a ways away. It's got the basics coming in here, then we'll get Xeno-Industrial. Yeah, so I need to start being able to colonize desert planets pretty soon. So we'll start working towards that pretty quickly. Probably put our first trade route up to Primus, is my guess. Would be the best one. It's hard to say. They're not, like, neither of them are great, but could probably do that just fine. And we should be able to now get a mission from these guys. So hello guys, let's go ahead and assist you. Create a ship with at least 60 offensive power and bring it to the system Orm. And that'll get us 60 Jade Onyx, which is kind of okay, and then obtain the minor civilization. So I think that our new model of Brand here has got more than 60 firepower. It's got 551. Let's actually check our other ones though. So Gouge, what do you have for firepower? You've actually got 80 by yourself, so we could just send one of these guys off there, and that should do it. Huh, these guys weren't blockading, so I can slip through there. That's kind of silly. Okay, next up, let's start working on AI labor, maybe. I've got 2 hot, sterile plants, so it'll be worth quite a bit. But it'll be a while before we can actually make use of that, I think. Because I feel like we're kind of safe right now. Actually, I should probably get the trade route up. Trade company. Yeah, okay, that's fine. The faster I get the trade company up, the better it is, simply because it'll earn us more experience points and stuff like that for it. So, very good idea to get those fairly early. Okay, well, that's interesting. Where the crap did I meet them? Well, oh, down here. Must have been when I hit auto move. Okay. So that's interesting. We'll officially support the religious faction again. No reason to do anything else just yet, since we can't swing an election for anybody else, so keeping these guys in as our best bet. Yeah, so entrenched religion, and then we got the militarists. No new laws, nothing new there, unfortunately. So that's unfortunate, but what can you do? Alright. I could probably get some stuff out of these guys then, but I don't really have that many resources I can really trade or anything with here. Let's go ahead and barrage fire and just chase the ship away, mostly. Maybe they'll come in and let me smash their ships up a bit. I think their ships are actually... Why do they got a settler coming around here? Interesting. But anyway, I think that we've got an opportunity here, actually, to upgrade some of my ships to that new model. How much would that cost? 284, that's not that much, but I kind of need the money still, because we want to probably rush by the trade company by next turn if possible. That would just help us out a lot, and then we can level it up a bunch. Alright, so we got a couple turns left for this guy to be done, so that's fine. Let's put one more after that. I think that that should be enough of these things. And we'll just start sending them off towards Thea, and then we'll have them bombarded so that we can take them out a little bit easier. Alright, Mark 180. Okay, so let's go ahead and swing directly this way so that we're not sieging their planet at any point, so that they're less likely to try to kill me. And I guess we'll explore down this way a bit. Ooh, another minor faction. I wonder what that's going to be. Okay. Yeah, it's all good. It's all looking fine. We might have enough for Primus to rush build this. Like, the cost goes down as you construct it, so... Oh, that is so close. Okay, most food in the galaxy. Okay, we're not winning that. I don't want to lose money no matter what, so we're going to go with neglect, and we've got just barely enough of our influence here, so we're getting only 2 influence a turn, which is really crappy, but also we're like pennies away from being able to afford this. We're one dust away. Good. Fucking good. You know, great. Fantastic. I'm actually going to go ahead and spend this here, just because I'm getting in a fight that might be a little bit scary, but we'll opt to barrage fire and see if we can do this. These guys still have the same weapon, right? Yeah, okay. I could actually show you the fight with the new upgraded model, but it works. Oh, wow. Okay. This is why you never use the short-range beams. It just is really bad. Yeah, they were hoping for some luck there, and they didn't get it. Okay. Alright, let's keep moving with these guys, make sure that we're not staying still. Oh. Okay, so that's good. We'll keep moving there. That's going as it is. One more turn for neural robotics. That's interesting. So what was the, wasn't there a mission here? Search the curiosity on the planet Grapheus 4. Oh, shit. So I'm guessing that this is the wrong planet. Grapheus. There. Shit's sake. Okay. That was also the wrong ship. Double shit's sake. Okay, hold on. I'm going to redo this turn because that moving the leech by accident is really dumb, and also I wasn't clicked on it, so I don't know why I moved. Alright, 1 second. Alright, so with that fixed, let's just quickly redo some of the other stuff that we were doing. Oh boy. Some of this stuff in this game just drives me absolutely batty. Okay, make sure you are heading up north to Heracles. Good, good. Looks like they got a blockade there, so they might not actually let me through there and might murder the crap out of me anyway, but whatever. Nothing you can do about it if they do. And unfortunately, we are still going to be just shy of being able to afford this. Did I actually remember to upgrade these ships this time? Huh. I won it without upgrading them. Yeah, well, whatever. We'll upgrade them anyhow, just for the sake of making sure that that's sort of the same. I guess I didn't need to spend the money, though, that time. Well, whatever. Yeah, so being able to get that extra 50 points of dust is just, or essence, is ridiculously important, so... Alright, we can now afford to buy out this construction. This is going to start a trade route between our guys, which is really, really nice. Let's go ahead and check out our tech tree. We need to start working towards desert, which is evaporation inhibitors. We kind of need both techs to get there, and after that we're actually going to go with atmosphere... Extreme atmosphere? Is this the right one? Yeah, we got a couple gas giants that we needed to colonize, so we're going to go with that. Ah, shit. Okay, well, at least I know that they're going to be relatively far away from me. Yeah, so that's over there. Let's see if I can get past these guys. They might try to kill me anyway. Yeah, no, they're going to try and kill me. Okay. That is a pretty big fleet, actually. Let's hit retreat. They'll kill us because we have no exit point. Yeah, so we had nowhere that we could exit to, and that unfortunately caused us to die. This is why I kind of wanted to potentially go to peace with them. But honestly, it's not really too worth it. It's a lot of diplomacy points, and it doesn't really get us that much. Okay, from this point onward, I think we're going to go ahead and grab the Papers, Please one. So, it's pretty good for sieging if I make him an admiral later, and the minus 50% hostile treaty cost on Empire is actually pretty good, so... since he's guaranteed to be on the Senate, pretty much, like, it's pretty much impossible to get him off of it. You're pretty much guaranteed to have that bonus, so... I wouldn't necessarily guarantee, recommend it for anyone else, though. Alright, we're buying that stupid trade route. That should be fine. Alright, 2070... And we can go ahead and create this first of our new line of ships and send it over towards Thea. Okay. That's all fine. This guy's almost there. Can I actually do this quest with... No, I can't. Okay. Alright. F-scale inhibitor accelerators 1 turn, so that's really good. Let's see. We've now got access to our trade route. Let's check out what it's like. Alright, so it's earning us fairly little, in all honesty, and that's not that surprising. Almost serve level 2. So this could be quite good if we need to kick production into high gear later, which we don't need to do quite yet. Oops. And we got our first trading company though. We can upgrade it, and this can be pretty good. Right now it's only producing a 17 dust and 4.3 science. 100 dust is pretty cheap to upgrade it, and what it does is it increases it by 7 and a little bit there. Not enough though to make a huge difference. Blockaded and disabled, yeah, so for now this should be okay though. Not a ton else that we can do as far as that goes. Oops, oops, oops. Okay, let's alright, that's fine. That's fine, I think. What about you? Yes. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we should be able to get something out of this. It's probably just going to be a tiny amount of crappy resources. Yeah, 60 Empire dust, but that also gets us 200 dust and that civilization, so that's actually really powerful. Beyond that, though, let's head you towards... I don't really know what... Get you towards Procyon for now. Getting 205 dust, which is just short of what we need, so that's a bit of a shame. Could do a one-turn dust to essence conversion, which could help us out for a little bit if we want to do this all a little bit faster, but I don't necessarily know that I need another colonization right away. And I'm not really sure where I'm going to be going with it. Oentho could be good, but could also be a good idea to start pushing towards these guys, especially because they've got these Lost Cities NP artifacts, which are pretty good if I recall correctly. I don't remember if there's something that we need, though, personally. Alright, a little bit more stuff for you. Let's go ahead and actually get this stuff. And I should actually probably reassign her towards a planet, now that I think about it. Because I think we're sort of defended here. We'll do this fight first, but they'll run away, and I don't really think I have to worry about that. Yeah, still the same sort of thing there. Yep, still dead. Okay, so you... back to the Academy, and we're going to go ahead and go to our Hero tab here and assign it to a system. Actually, let's do it this way. Primus has 2, 2, and 1, so we'll might as well make you Governor Primus, honestly. There we go. Yeah, it should be fine. 2.2 thousand in the bank. Okay. Thea's getting absolutely chipped, but not much more than that, really. Just gonna keep sending these guys down here. Can consolidate them together once we get there, but I think 2 of these guys actually makes a pretty formidable fighting force against the types of ships that my opponents are making, because my opponents are making dumbass ships. Alright, so the question is, do I want to start pushing potentially from Primus up to Jaya into Yedix or something like that? Yedix might be a good place for me to take over pretty soon, and Jaya might be a good place for me to beat. Can sort of probably push forward with the ships that we even have here, so I think that we go ahead and build another Arc 5 that was actually pretty good at fighting and pushing forward. Actually, no, we can actually change our arc design even again here, because we got that new laser. So let's go ahead and edit the design here. Ooh, we could actually make a siege arc if I really want to be a dick here. So we could go ahead and actually replace that with one of these. Replace you with one of these, get 2 of those. And what we can do is get one of these locked in there. And this becomes a very, very good fighting ship, on top of having ridiculous defenses, on top of being able to bombard the ever-loving hell of the cities, because it knocks out 60 per turn, plus the inherent 16, so it's really, really powerful. So we can go ahead and do that. So Arc Model 6, much, much better at fighting, and we're going to go ahead and chop that in there. And we should be careful with this move, because these scout ships can get killed if I'm not careful with how they do this. Why am I sending this guy up here again? Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. To obtain that minor civilization. Okay, so we'll get you to go back to Primus, though. That's fine. Looks like the Sophons are actually sending some of their mid-tier cruisers down towards me. They're using all missiles, it looks like. And all heavy armor. So we could probably beat them if we had to with brands, but I don't know why they would necessarily be hostile against me. They were arguing or complaining about a war that they're in earlier. So, I don't know. Okay. Should be fine. We'll start sending brands up north, I think, from our capital. We're just basically using it as like a base of operations for production. Ooh. Stuff at Lourdes and at Procyon, looks like. Unlocked a new population bonus, okay. So at 10 we increased our religious output, making us even more likely to get religious laws, which is good, arguably. Oops. Gather 450. Search the curiosity on the planet Primus 3. Well, that can be okay, generally speaking. See if I can avoid landing on these guys' planet here. With our scout. Ooh, something at Ibani too. Ah, shit, I moved him all the way down this way. Okay, well, we'll move him here for now. You don't have anything to do here. Actually, I'm gonna send out a couple scout things. Send you over to there. Alright. What have we got here? This could be really bad. Okay, that's not... Okay, that's useless, but at least it's not negative. It's always a risk when you do those sort of things. Alright, so send him... Actually, no, we'll send you to Lourdes first. Okay, is there anything else that I could be getting here that's useful? Well, predictable logistics is something actually that's really important. I love how our money keeps going up and down as much as it does. Okay, what do we got here? Ooh, could actually try and get to Ovaldi and get that search for ourselves. That would be nice. Something in Hadar. What's this do? Paraships after battle and gives a health bonus. That's pretty useless. Nano Haze defense. That's -1 battle duration. Okay, so if I have to use that, I'm kind of screwed anyway, but, okay, there's one up here, so let's get that. You see any around here? One way back in Pixis. Well, either way. Actually, let's stop off here, and if there's anything to fight, we'll fight it. Alright, there we go. It's a settler. Okay, well, I doubt that that really counts, but whatever. Crush it anyway, and then continue on with our lives. Yeah, so it's just running off there. Alright, so we should be crushing the defenses of this place a lot faster now, so that's good. Create this fleet here. Might want to send them up to Justium, but I don't think we're going to have to. Should be able to stomp all over them with like a few of these guys, so... Okay. Looks like every one of my ships is on the move right now. 616, extreme atmospherics in 4. Our happiness is probably getting tanked by all these bizarre places that we're colonizing. Ibani needs to be searched. Alright, so yeah, they're wary of us, but they're not actually unhappy with us, so... Probably just gonna go there and find like potatoes or some shit. It's gonna be sad. Alright. Down to Lourdes here, see what they've got. And then head back up to Ibani, I guess. Primus, actually. Has a mission, first of all. Ooh, level 3 runes. This could be really good. 450 dust. Okay, well, it's not great, but... Especially like this late into the game, you'd think that they'd sort of improve the amount that you get out of those sorts of things, but no dice. Make sure that we're getting that. Alright, so we got some ships here defending. They've got a battleship, actually. It's all short-range crap, though, so we should be able to kill it before it can actually do anything to us. Hisho and Polaris has been taken over. That's fine, I suppose. Hisho don't really have a bonus that's too interesting to me, so the only reason I would ever go for them is to deny them to someone else, which could be really important, but... Ooh, Taurus. Okay, let's get from here to there. Okay, so that should be fine. Procyon should be getting a good jump in their production, thanks to predictive logistics being ridiculously good. Seriously, it's like one of the strongest techs in this game. Is this a scout ship? That better be a scout ship. Okay, we'll go with predictive logistics. 8 turns, it's pretty okay. And I think we can actually crush these guys' defenses right now, but let's get these guys in here just in case. And we'll see what we can do. So, yeah, it's 600 versus 86. We are at the cap, so we could go with blitz strategies, or we could go with guerrilla or something like that, but I'm going to go with preemptive bombardment. Decisive victory. Okay, so they should be wiped out there. I don't know why they still have an influence circle here. That's a little bit odd, but anyway, let's go ahead and pop that there for a second. And we'll just have a turn of this stuff getting sped up, but what we're actually doing is replenishing our manpower here for a bit. These guys can actually merge. Then we're going to start pushing towards Iena, and we're going to take the Ark with us. Alright, so screwing over with Horatio. It's something I like doing. I don't like Horatio. He's very, very arrogant. Alright, Jaya here. It's taking 76 damage per turn, so as we predicted. Try and get this guy up here though to support. He'll be a pretty big help. And then once we get Procyon's building there, we'll be able to build more stuff even faster. Let's go ahead and search this. Life form. It's probably potatoes. Gossamer, okay, interesting. Let's increase our pacifist ideology. It won't make a difference. So let's head on over. Continue on our search through the galaxy. Or whatever it is, I don't know. Whatever it is we're doing is a thing. Let's actually make sure this guy's going to the right planet. We want to make sure he's going to Primus first. Yep, okay, good. And that's it, next turn. So what are we doing for, like, manpower here? It's at 0% right now. Fantastic. Okay, well, 72% now. It's an improvement, certainly. Okay, let's move the movement point, or let's destroy, because this gives us a bunch of, if I recall, I thought that gave us a bunch of production for a few turns, or something like that. I'm pretty sure. Okay, and over in home HQ here, okay, I need some stuff to get that one. Alright, in the meantime, might be a good idea for me to, well, no one's gone for this yet. I'm gonna actually go for it, because our production should be high enough that I can get it. Over here, start going for some war stuff. We'll go with energy weapon damage. And that'll let us start getting some of the more powerful stuff next turn, so that's good. Oh, this guy that wants to fight me here. An Imposer Type 5. So this is going to be our first battle with the larger class of ships. This is kind of going to be interesting. Let's go ahead and watch this. Our brand Type 3, so this is a cruiser class, basically. Capital ship versus, or not capital ship, but, well, yeah, I guess it is capital ships. Ships of the line versus ships of the line. It's not the carriers, the super ships of this game, but theoretically they're adding in the ability to launch fighters from the carriers, which would be really interesting, but they haven't quite got that yet. I should have actually made sure I had both these guys in the same lane. That would have been a smarter idea than what I've done here. But I should be able to get some firing arc from my supporting ship to this fight anyway. And this does give me like a 10% bonus damage and accuracy penalty, or bonus, so should be okay. Got like 7,300 hit points on this thing. We've got 5,000 on ours. I don't know why there's such a big difference on that, unless they've gone for a lot of support modules, in which they might have. So you can see that we're still firing at them from across our other ship there. But that's sort of how this fight goes. When you've got multiple lanes and nothing in one of them, they'll just fire from long distance. But once they sort of do a turn, they lose the firing arc and lose the ability to fire in a specific direction. So love those broadsides there. It's not very powerful from the Vodyani. The broadsides are just like 4 shots, so it's a little bit piddly, but it still looks pretty good. And yeah, there's that ship down. So other people are starting to build their medium tier ships here. Have to be a little bit careful about that because they represent a lot more firepower than the small ones. So I might want to upgrade mine. That could be a good way to go about this, but I don't have the resources to build the upgrade ones now I think about it. Alright, so that's done. These guys, what's their manpower at? It's at 100%, okay. So I could start sending these guys over towards Iena pretty well here. But is that the direction I probably want to go? Yeah, that's probably the direction I want to go. Let's unanchor you. Even if they're not at 100%, they don't really have to be for this, so I can send them over to there pretty well. These guys have got the hunting grounds bonus that doesn't really do much, especially for us. Can I destroy that ship there? Yes, I can. Alright, back to sieging. Okay. So that's all well and good, but what next? 2 more turns for extreme atmospherics. We've got a bunch of crap over here. Still think we just defend Primus there. And this building is kind of derpy, so we probably don't have the ability to do too much with it. We're actually at 2 population though on Primus, so I might as well get modernization, especially now that we're on 3 plants instead of just 2. So that's functionally 6 population by 4, so it's 24 or by 3, so it's 18 extra dust. It's not bad. Not a bad idea to grab that. Hard rocks, plus 50 titanium. Okay, well, that's not bad either, I guess. Have been going through titanium and Hyperion pretty quickly here. Let's see if we can get this exploration done without getting murdered by these guys. Oh, they're getting attacked by something. They're in a war, I guess, against the Sophons is my bet. Who knows? Alright, so these forces combined should be able to siege down this planet really effectively. Yeah, we're chopping 88 off of them every turn, which is quite a good amount. 230 per turn towards our next arc, which is also pretty good. Alright. And then over here, once we get this over here, we should be actually doing like 100 points of damage to the planet every turn, which lets us get through their defenses really, really fast. The only problem, of course, is that I can't really instantly gain colonies like other factions can, so conquering space with these guys actually is a bit slower since you still have to get your arcs. But you can always take people's space with your arcs while you're at it, so... These guys have a pretty beefy amount of manpower on that planet, though. Okay. More planets. It's pretty good. Okay, so actually we should probably work towards getting things like gamma absorption. Galactic Security Charter would also actually be quite good. Quantized economics might be okay. Pulvis production is actually quite strong as well. Like, there's lots of stuff that I kind of want to be getting. Kind of wondering what we want to be getting first, though. I can only get one of the 2 of these things here, so happiness per trading company from the Zune cartel, and increase to the trade company of value, and plus 5 per population on sterile planets, and increase in trade value. Or we can get optimized logistics, which is per person sort of thing there. We are getting actual trade routes though, so mineral manipulation might be better, especially because we got some happiness problems. So we'll go ahead and get that. I'm not sure if I want to get that next though. Might be a better idea to get the other ones, but I think that for now this will do. And that should be fine. We don't really need this anymore, so we can actually get the high energy magnetics, and we could get that first too. It's only like 1 turn of research. Someone else got that, that's fine. Not too worried about that. Alright, so we're taking out 112 from this place's defenses every single turn. So absolutely trashing their defenses there. Okay, and over here, looks like we can get these searches. Cool. Ooh, runes. Very nice. 100 influence, well, it's not great, but... And super spuds. That'll tell me what those do. If I recall correctly, they are trade. Let's see here. Yeah, actually this is, okay, so that's buyout reduction cost. That one's trade value to influence, so that's actually pretty useless, so yeah, I'm not too worried about that. We're not actually producing J-Donk, so I can't use that, but it is a really good resource. Let's see here. It's up to... This does sort of gradually grow over time, so... Be interesting to see how that works out for us. We're kind of in a weird spot right now because we've actually got 2 arcs running around that are not actually anchored, so generally speaking you don't want to be in that sort of position where you've got lots of unanchored arcs for too long. Alright, what have we got here? I think we go for predictive logistics on this case, and then public-private. Still have to learn how to colonize the Arctic worlds, but it's not too important yet. But looks like we do need to get our science up a little bit. It's starting to fall behind, I feel. And when your science falls behind, you fall behind in your ability to fight back against people, so it would be for the best if we got a little bit of science. Alright, so this is going to be interesting. Be the first to win 10 objectives. Huh. And we got 75 antimatter for the effort. That's actually quite a large amount of antimatter. Not too unhappy with that. Alright, more levels for her. More of that. Being able to grow up the places that I'm stationing these guys is always a great idea, because our population grows so freaking slowly. I think this is just mostly tons of influence that I get out of this, but it's pretty cheap, so yeah, 80 influence. It's not really great, but what can you do? Better than nothing. Although we did spend a lot of money for that, so that part's not great. I think we can destroy this thing, even with an Oculus, maybe. Maybe not, actually. Alright, so Ionic Crystal. So now I can figure out what this actually does. I think this is a science one. Yeah, I think it's 100 science per system as a flat rate sort of thing there. Yeah, plus 100 science on that system. So that could be interesting to go for if we want to sort of be able to have a bit of science in the off, in our off slot, I guess. Don't really know. Don't know that I want to move automatically with everybody. It's kind of risky, but I kind of have to do it as well, so... So here's an example. You know, you just want to get off there before they can deploy their ship and fight you for it. Alright. Get all those guys together and figure out what we're going to build in Primus. Probably predictive logistics. It's only going to take 5 turns. That's pretty cheap. Okay. So that's all fine. Let's go ahead and get in a fight here. Looks like, what is this? It's a battleship and a corvette. They're sort of in separate stacks, though. So this could be actually a pretty interesting looking battle. Ooh, they've stacked together. Okay. Barrage fire against them, I think, because they are short range again. Yeah, let's watch this, I think. I think we watched one of our... Oh, shit, they ran away. Damn it. Okay, they're at 110. What's our manpower for our invasion? 498. Okay, so it's not actually at the cap, so I think we'll leave that be for another turn. Over here, it's probably okay. Let's go ahead, hit end turn, and then we'll be able to attack this place with no resistance, basically. They'll get 200 manpower because they'll do conscription, but Who cares about that? After that, we'll be able to march on Yedix, their capital. I should actually be making sure to accumulate even more. I'm going to always just go for the sort of characters that look like, or that are Vodyani if I can. So let's go ahead and make him a governor here. Confirm that, and we'll go ahead and level him up a couple times. And we'll just go with, I think, the... Well, I should start with this one, because that food is going to help us grow this place a little bit in the early game. So that'll help a bit, especially because this place is pretty much completely barren. But, yeah, we can go ahead and just chase this ship off here. Even if this thing did fight us, I wouldn't really want to watch that, because it would be so one-sided, but... yeah, should be able to crush this. We'll go with preemptive bombarding, I think. And there goes Jaya. There we go. And we can always rest up these guys by having them anchor for a little bit. Or apparently I can't anchor this turn for whatever reason. Oh, I don't have any action points. Huh. Did I get in more than one fight this turn or something? Oh yeah, I guess I did. Because I technically got in a ground fight as well. Right. Okay, fine. Fine game, have it your way. Let's see here, 31,000 for this intergalactic technology bullshit. That's pretty expensive, but... okay, I guess that's fine. Alright, okay. Oh shit. Yeah, so don't want to piss these guys off. Ooh, and we do want to get to there. So we do want to get that and try and steal all those if we can. Okay. Anyway, I think that that's going to be enough for now. Oh, I've been up here for a while now. Let's actually just see what this is before we go. It's runes. This could be really good, or it could be really upsettingly anticlimactic. Okay, it's the Lost City NP artifacts, and I can figure out what those actually do. I think what the hell are they? Happiness. Okay, right. Okay. And what do they actually grant us? Plus, minus 50% unrest, unhappiness on system. What's that actually mean? I don't think that's actually as good as Transvine's, just flat out plus 25 happiness. But... who knows? Maybe you could have actually a place that's so unhappy that that is actually more positive. So anyway, I think that's going to be enough for the time being. Hope you found this one enjoyable. I'm enjoying the hell out of this game because we're making some good progress here. We're making some real damn good progress. We're going to be able to afford another arc pretty soon. Going to be able to anchor down some arcs in some deep enemy territory and get access to some of these resources that I really want to get. And we could actually get Psychoja here too, which is apparently a nice planet. What have they got that's different here about it? Ooh, what the crap. Actually, no, that's with the production from those guys. So there's probably something unique about this. Looks like it's plus 5 influence per person. The planet's base output actually is 18 per population, so a huge amount of food even without that. So yeah, we could probably definitely try and take that over from these guys. I might try and jump someone over to Ying just for the hell of it, because I have to basically for one of my quests. But like, sending an arc all the way over there is just such a ball ache. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, hope you found this one enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time.